Hi guys, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I would like to bring you a review of a movie I just watched in theaters yesterday called Vacation. And no, we're not talking about the classic National Lampoon's Vacation with Chevy Chase. This has always been one of my favorite movies, and I can never pick between this one and Christmas Vacation. They're both such great movies. Talking about the new one, just released in theaters. And if you guys are apprehensive about watching this, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give one away. I'm going to give away a Blu-ray copy. Click on the first link in the description, open to U.S. residents only, and you must be 18 or older. I will have the giveaway end on the Friday of when it releases. Since I don't know when that is, I can't say right now, but I will update the giveaway once that is known. So, a lot of people are apprehensive about this movie. First of all, redoing a classic like Vacation. They're not really redoing. It's movies are hard to even say anymore. Reboot, remake, sequel, who knows? A lot of people, I think, are going into this not realizing it's not a family movie. This Vacation, to me, it's kind of okay for families. If you look there, the original is rated R. It did have swearing and some nudity. This one is just really lots of swearing, really vulgar. And if you watch the Red Band trailer, and I guess they really didn't show it as much in the regular trailers, but the Red Band trailer definitely gave away that it was not a family movie. And to me, kind of Ed Helms was a question mark. I think a lot of people maybe don't even realize every Vacation actually had different children. There was always Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo as the parents, and then Rusty and Audrey were always played by different kids, and so some people, maybe feel like they should have got one of those kids, or, maybe they just don't fit. I don't know. I don't necessarily think of Ed Helms as Rusty. To me, Ed Helms doesn't seem like Rusty at all. But like I said, they were different, and they were all different, very different. But I guess to me, when I think of Rusty, I think of the Rusty from Vacation. What's his name? Something. Anthony Michael Hall. To me, he's Rusty, and Ed Helms just doesn't remind me of him. But I think that's just like a personal opinion, really. So Christina Applegate plays his wife, Skyler Gisondo plays his son, and Steele Stebbins plays his other son. So they've been every year going to this cabin for vacation, and his family isn't really enjoying it. Like, his kids are always fighting, of course. People's kids are always fighting. It's funny because the younger son is actually picking on the older son. And the little kid kind of reminded me of one of the kids from Talladega Nights. Just kind of their attitude and swearing all the time. And I don't think he is actually one of them, but he just reminded me of him. And Christina Applegate kind of feels like their marriage is dead. So Ed Helms he sees all this stuff going on, and he's like, he has these fond memories of his childhood trip to Wally World. So he's like, you know what? We're going to go to Wally World. We're going to get a car. We're going to drive down there, and it's going to be a great family vacation. I guess he doesn't really remember how his family vacation went, because it kind of went to crap fast. So they get this car. The car, of course, they had the Wagon Queen family trucks during the original, that green station wagon, where just nothing was right. So now they've got the Tartan Prancer, which he rented, he didn't buy. And it kind of looks like a minivan with all these really weird features. Now, my complaint is they should have done more car jokes, because they were amazing. They did a lot. I could have watched car jokes all day. Another thing is the car, and I'll try to put up a picture of it. It actually looks like two front ends. Like, the back has a grill and headlights and regular windshield wipers. It has mirrors facing the back of the car, or the front of the car. So it looks like the car actually could be driven from either way. I thought at some point they were gonna realize they could drive both ways or something. I don't know. They never did it. But there's so many good jokes on that car. I really I really think they gave the truckster a run for its money with that one. So another thing, they're kind of going along, and of course they have to go to different places, which I think they did really well. One thing this movie does really well, especially for a comedy, is it doesn't really dwell on any one thing. You know, it doesn't like just go to. Sometimes you watch these movies and they'll go somewhere and they just kind of just beat it and beat it and beat it and trying to get a joke, and you know, laugh at something we're doing. This one, if you don't laugh, it's the next scene. You know, if you laugh, it's the next scene. It doesn't just stick in one spot for a really long time and get super boring. So even if you think this part's not that funny, you know, it's already to something new before you know it. So. And most of it, I think, is really funny. I laughed nonstop through this movie. So along the way, they're stopping at these places, and everybody they run into is another movie star. and I thought everybody was really good, and it was really cool that they kind of took these smaller parts to make this great comedy. And so another good thing they did is a lot of the like kind of the feelings in this movie, and a lot of the things they do are similar, but they're not the same. You know, they go to the Grand Canyon and somebody dies, but it's not, you know, the Cousin Eddie's aunt or whatever. Yeah, aunt. It's not like that. It's just some guy, you know, and their car, you know, they jump the truckster and they get stuck in the desert. Well, in this one, something else happens with the car and they get stuck in the desert. You know, there's a lot of things like that, which I probably don't remember them all, and I don't want to say them all, but a lot of things like that where they're similar, but, you know, it's not an exact rip-off. And then they did a lot of things where they would, like, hint at something from the movie, and you're, like, expecting something, and then they change it up and turn it into a joke like, the joke is, like, based off the fact that you know the original. You know, I thought those jokes were really good. So I think overall, I just really enjoyed this movie, and I would definitely recommend it. It's not a family movie by any means. You know, it's a vulgar, raunchy comedy. I don't think there's really any nudity, but it's a lot of swearing, a lot of dirty words. You know, a lot of jokes like that. But I definitely enjoyed it. I can't wait till this comes out on Blu-ray. I already want to see it again. To me, it doesn't really live up to the original, just because, you know, the original, I watch it like at least once a year. It's one of my favorite movies. You know, it can't beat the nostalgia factor. I love Chevy Chase, and, you know, these are his greatest movies, so it really can't live up to that. But I think it's a good movie. I think this movie holds up on its own. You know, it doesn't really have to be thought of as a sequel, even though it, you know, it calls back to all the original movie. I think it's just a great movie on its own. Another really great thing they did was they had that self-awareness that they were in a sequel, but they made their jokes and they let it end. You know, my biggest complaint on 22 Jump Street was they could never let that fact that was a joke end. From the beginning to the end of the movie, they never let it stop, and it just got old so fast. On this one, they did just a little bit. They did it just right. I thought this movie was super funny. The funniest movie of the year for sure. So you guys should go out and see it. Let me know what you think. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.
If you're interested, be sure to subscribe on YouTube, follow on Facebook, follow on Twitter, and follow on Instagram.